Hello my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am building a little seaside cottage here on the island of Windenburg. I did use a little bit of custom content for this build, so I will be sure to leave links down below to the CC that I used. I'm pretty sure the only custom content that I used was from the Cottage Garden pack by the Plumbob Tea Society, as well as some custom content by Harry and Felixander. That's pretty much the only CC that I've really been using lately, so be sure to check out the description for that custom content. If I do forget, which is a possibility, if I do forget to put the links, please be sure to leave a comment screaming at me saying, put those links, please. But yeah, I actually made a few Sims for this house specifically. They are just a couple of best friends who are just living here, just vibing. Maybe they just found this cottage and decided to renovate it together, and I don't know, it's a nice little cottage. It looks pretty. It looks like it's like on its way to being renovated, but it's not quite there yet. So it's got some like modern touches as well as more like cozy traditional touches, so yeah, it's nice. It is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. I unfortunately didn't put a bathroom on the ground floor, which I don't know why I do that sometimes. Maybe they were renovating and just decided to get rid of one of them because they, saw that it was pointless and maybe it costed too much money to actually get it fixed, so they just gutted it and just made it into an office or something. Who knows? That's just me copping out because I totally forgot to build a second bathroom, but there is one upstairs, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a big deal. It is The Sims after all, so. But yeah, I really enjoyed using a lot of stone like textures on the exterior. I used the kind of stone cottagey wallpaper from the Discover University pack, and I combined that with this kind of stone brick texture from the Jungle Adventure game pack. I think the two really worked really good together, and plus I hadn't really used this stone brick from Jungle Adventure in a while, if not ever, to be honest. I can't really point out a specific build where I used it for like the actual exterior of a home, so I really liked it. And plus the colors were kind of harmonious, and I just loved all the grays, to be honest. I don't know, but yeah, and I am building this on a 30 by 20, by the way. There are mostly 30 by 20s on this island. There's 3, and then you have a 20 by 20, and then there is, I believe, a 40 by 30 on this island. It's a really nice place to build, honestly. It's very lush. It's very different because there isn't a road on this part of the world. Like, there's no roads, there's no anything, so it's very much more like wild and naturey, and I don't know, it's just nice. It's one of my favorite places to build in The Sims 4, and for a good reason, because look at the world. It's so pretty. I wish we could swim in the ocean, not gonna lie. I wish that was a thing, but it's still really beautiful to look at least. That tends to be a running theme with The Sims 4, is that, hey, it looks pretty at least, right? But I mean, as a builder, I think that's important for it to at least look aesthetically pleasing, and I think it looks good. But Windenburg tends to be my favorite like place in The Sims 4 in general, because especially since we got the items with the show live edit objects cheat, especially since we got those items, I love landscaping with them, and of course landscaping here means that I can use these items and they blend in perfectly with the world, and oh, I just love it. I love that those like big bushes that are normally brown throughout the rest of the year, like with brown leaves, but then they turn this like dark reddish maroon color during fall, and yeah, it's just fall is just the best season to build in, like no joke. Like there's some flowers and stuff that don't look as nice as they do in like spring and summer, of course, but the fall colors, it's an aesthetic, it's something that we all love, that we all kind of, get, crazy over. Sometimes we start to see the leaves turning. We're like, oh my gosh, we are at our peak. And then unfortunately, it's just, it just turns even more, gray and dead, and then it slowly transitions into winter. And then, once Christmas is over, everyone's like, okay, can spring just be here already? We're kind of tired of this. So if only we could have the best parts of every season and just get rid of the worst, that would be great. But that's just how it is, I guess. But this is just the general shape. I didn't really base it off of anything specific. I think I just looked up on Pinterest some ideas, and then I just kind of went with that and just kind of went off on my own and didn't really try to overthink it and overdo it. But I did use a few items, as you could see there, like those planter boxes. Those are from the Jardin set by Harry and Felixander. That is a pretty recent release, actually. I definitely recommend checking that out. It is totally free right now on Harry and Felixander's various platforms. But yeah, it's such a good pack. It's obviously kind of modern with a little bit of a retro vibe, but the planter boxes are very you could use them for more than just that, of course, and I think they worked really well here. Plus the green was a nice accent color for the exterior of this house. I painted some of the exterior of the house with this deep desaturated, almost grayish green. And then there's those planter boxes, and then the front door, and then those planter pots, and then the little bench. I just think that it all tied it together really nicely, and I don't know, I just really like it. And plus green is one of my favorite colors. So, especially this green, a dark desaturated kind of foresty green. That's my favorite color. So yeah, just so you know. But I also placed some lavender in this little garden area here. It's essential to put lavender, let's be honest. You gotta have lavender somewhere in your build, because it wouldn't be one of my builds if I didn't place a lavender bush somewhere, because it's my favorite plant to place. I think I actually get irritated by lavender in real life a little bit. It could just be, things in general, but I don't know. Not really sure. I haven't had an allergy test for that at all. So, it could just have been something else that has irritated me in the past. But lavender, I've always kind of been wary of it because of that one time that I think we used something that had lavender in it, and it just irritated my skin, and it was, I don't know, I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest, but I guess it's just made me wary of it. But yeah, anyways, I do place some items from the Romantic Garden stuff pack. Honestly, such a good stuff pack. No joke, it's one of the best stuff packs, honestly. It's got some really beautiful content, like this, I don't even know what you call this, a veranda, pergola, half awning thing, and then there's this archway. I like to imagine that maybe they found these somewhere on the island, and they kind of decided to take them and clean them up a bit, but they still left kind of the moss on there so that it has a little bit of an aged look to it. I don't know, I hadn't really used those items before, and I thought, you know what, might as well, because, it's nice to use some different things here and there. But yeah, and I'm just throwing around some landscaping. Anymore lately with my landscaping, all I've been doing is just placing down things just randomly and just hoping that it looks good in the end. And I think it looks okay. I think it looks pretty nice. I prefer more unplanned landscaping with just a few little spots where it looks a little bit more intentional, like with these bushes here in this inner part of the garden where the fountain is. I put them in the corners. I think that looks good mixed with all the other lush kind of crazy random stuff. I don't know, and then these candles, it's like a candle holder, but I don't even know what you would call it because it's in the floor lamp category, but it's got these candles and they just look really, really nice. It's from the Vampire game pack. I honestly love using that in a lot of my builds just because candles are everything. But I do start with the top floor of this house. I don't know why I started up here. I just wanted to change up my formula, my process, I guess. But I made the bedrooms to suit the Sims that I moved into this house. So one of the bedrooms is a bit brighter and a bit more they craft a lot. They've got a lot of plants and a lot of light colors, and they're very much a crafter, and they enjoy, other crafty things. I don't know how to explain it other than that. But there's also the other sim. She is more of an explorer. She really enjoys like archaeology and going to Silva Dorada to study, and so I used some Tiny Travelers content in there, obviously, because it just brought it all together, and I think it looks really nice. The wallpapers from the Tiny Traveler set by Harry and Felixander are gorgeous. Like, oh my goodness, they are like wall murals, some of them, and they're just they're beautiful. I highly recommend checking out Harry and Felixander's collaboration sets. If you at least want just a little bit of custom content in your game, I recommend anything by Harry or Felixander. I think they do amazing stuff. I don't know. They are builders. They are people that play the game themselves, so they know what we need and want, and they do not disappoint whatsoever. So shout out to them. They are incredible. Absolutely love everything they make. Harry also has a YouTube channel where she sometimes will showcase her content, but also she does a lot of speed builds as well. I honestly, like, no joke, she's like my favorite builder. Like, I want to say I have like 3 builders that I watch on the regular. That's like, I'm talking like primarily builders, like not just like I always watch Deligracy and Lil Simsy, of course, they're incredible, but like some other simmers that I watch, of course, are Harry, and then she's primarily a builder, of course. And then we also have my good friend Tanya. Of course, I'm going to be watching her builds because, hello, Miss Griffey, we love her, we stan. She is, a tiny house lover like me, so she's definitely going to be, it's a default because she's one of my friends. So, and then I also love to watch, there's this newer builder that I've been watching lately, Miss Sim Reno. I love her builds. She's incredible. Like, she did this, I can't remember exactly what the name of the house was, but it was like kind of a witchy Victorian house lately. Oh my gosh, it inspired me so much. I've actually got a build started inspired by the one that she did, and I'm building in Forgotten Hollow, so keep an eye out for that build because it's eventually going to get finished. I hope so. I just need to finish it because everything is pretty much done, like shell wise, and then the landscaping is done. I just need to finish the second floor and then like do the exterior painting because for some reason, and this is weird, in this specific build that I am not this build, but the one that I'm talking about, my dog just barked, but I've just moved on to the landscaping and the furnishing without even painting the exterior of any color whatsoever, because I want to like wait and figure it out. I don't know, but yeah. So here is it's the smaller bedroom, but I think that this specific sim, she's lesbian, and her best friend, she's like, you know what? You have more stuff. You're going to be home more often. Why don't you take the bigger bedroom? I'll take the smaller one because I'm going to be gone to Silva Dorada quite often. So, it's all good. But this is her bedroom, and she is an explorer. I imagine that she's like an archaeologist, and she studies it a lot, and she, tries to be ethical about it, at least in my head. Because I will say that there is quite a lot of, I guess, controversy surrounding like Egyptology. Maybe not quite so much modern Egyptology for some people, but, a lot of Egyptologists in the past were glorified grave robbers. So, she's not that type of person. She just studies it and just finds it to be very interesting. And I don't know, but it's whatever you want to make this, house into. The Sims can do whatever they want. I don't know. Or whatever you want, actually, because, you're the player. I don't know. But the bathroom, I wanted the bathroom to look like they had renovated it, but they still kind of left some of the original features, like the flooring and some of the tiling, but they put up some new wallpaper. This is, again, from the Tiny Travelers set. Oh my goodness. Look at how pretty that is. Like, it's stunning. Like, this wallpaper, it's supposed to be like, the intention of the pack was to be a kids pack, but honestly, the content is very much versatile in what you use it for. So you can use the wallpaper for anything, and I think it works really well for like traditional builds, but also really well for like eclectic or modern builds. I think that It just has a lot of functions, features, uses, that's the word. But yes, I quite enjoy it a lot, and I can appreciate a good wall mural, so yeah. But anyways, I'm just decorating the hallway upstairs a bit. I didn't want it to look empty and boring, so I put an eco lifestyle rug and some plants and just a nice painting. I mean, honestly, what else can you put in a hallway that small? I mean, there's not really much. I did put like a little I don't know what you would call it. It's not a linen closet because it's not a closet, it's a dresser, but I can imagine they keep their linens in that. Who knows? But anyways, moving on to the downstairs. I love this space so much. I think that maybe they've been here, enough for them to have worked on this area a little bit, where they've probably broken down some walls that were kind of, damaged or decaying, and they decided to just leave it open plan so that there would be more light. I really enjoyed using these curtains from the Parenthood pack. I don't know if I keep those. I'm pretty sure I do change those. Yes, I do change those to another curtain, but for some reason now looking back, I quite like those. I don't know. I don't really use them very often. They're very sheer and simple, but I think they would look really good in like a very light and I don't know how to describe it. Demure, I don't know, kind of bedroom or something, a bit more vintage maybe. I don't know. I need to do some more vintage builds lately, because I've been doing a lot of like witchy builds and a lot of just traditional and eclectic cottagey builds lately, because that's really what's been speaking to me. But I've been itching to do something a bit more vintage and period based, I guess, like like Victorian or Edwardian even, or something of the sort, like Georgian maybe. But yeah, it'd be cool to do that. But yeah, what else was I going to mention? Oh yeah, also, I feel like this house would also suit some witches as well, because it gives me that vibe. It gives me kind of charmed, practical magic sort of vibes, if you know what I mean. Like, it gives me the, like, with the rugs and the furniture and just the colors, it speaks to my soul. So this could be a witchy build also, if you want to put it like that. But I don't know, but I did call this house Potter's Cove. I actually didn't intend on this being a Harry Potter build whatsoever, but one of the Sims that I made, I randomized their names, and one of they're the last name of the archaeologist Sim is Potter, so I thought Potter's Cove sounded nice. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted a nice name that sounded good, and it did. But yeah, and I'm just placing the little dining room, and I used a few items from the cottage garden pack there. Those little jars on the table are from that set. I highly recommend the cottage garden stuff pack by the Plumbob Tea Society. I don't believe they make any new content, but this pack, it's so nice. It's perfect if you're looking for a set that is cottage core and vintage. It's perfect. It adds to the base game really, really well. I remember I even used to do builds like a long time ago with it and just the base game, and it was perfect. I believe I did a house like that, so I just can't remember what it was called. My mom is sneezing. You can hear her in the background, but yeah, we sneeze very loud in this family, just so you know. Like, me and my mother especially, we sneeze full on. We do not hold back. Like, it's loud, honey. But I don't know if y'all could hear that, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm not really sure how good this mic is, to be honest. I've had the same mic for like 3 years. Just so you know, like, if this is not on topic, but if you are looking for a microphone to start out with for your YouTube channel or anything of the sort, I recommend getting a Blue Snowball Ice. I actually got mine quite a long time ago on Amazon for just like $50. It could be cheaper at this point, and I know that I've seen them at Walmart even, which is kind of awesome. So it makes them very accessible for some people, but yeah, I love mine. It's done the job. I would like to upgrade one day just to have, nicer quality, because this is a, this is a USB mic at the end of the day. It's not going to be as high of a quality as like a direct input mic, but at the same time, it's a really, really good mic, and I highly recommend it if you want something cheap to start out with, because it's a good one. It's not perfect, but it's a good one. And plus it's round and it's kind of cute, and it's aesthetic. So yeah, but Anyways, this room here is it's like the add-on room, I guess. Maybe this was a greenhouse room and they just decided to use it as just like a little, cozy study kind of relaxed room. I'm not really sure. It's not very specific, but it's got a lot of plants because there's this glass roof section up on the ceiling. That made sense. But there's a lot of plants in here and an easel and some chairs, and I don't know. It's just a nice, relaxing room. I guess if one of the Sims is watching TV and the other one wants some quiet, they can just go to this room and just kind of just relax and maybe light a candle, just enjoy the sunlight, get some of that vitamin D, get some of that serotonin because we need it. But yeah, and then this last little room here, honestly, I should have made this into a bathroom. I think I was intending on this being a bathroom, but for some reason I was like, they need an office, even though they don't need an office. They need an office. So I made this into the main, the crafter. She made this into her crafting space. So it's actually super cute. Even though it should have been a bathroom, it's super cute. And I love all the little knickknacks. And I used some tables that worked really well together. It made it look like it was an actual workspace. Yeah, it actually made it look like it was an L-shaped, and there's the lesbian flag because they're both lesbians. We love lesbians. Lesbians are the superior race of people, of humans in general, because they're incredible and wonderful in every way. And yes, lesbians. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this build. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below. I love you all so much. Please be sure to drink some water today. Take care of yourselves. Just be kind to yourself and other people. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.